Well, Justin, here we are, October 1st.
Opening day.
Opening day, 48 degrees out there. And of course, everyone always says we're living the dream, but actually this is where we're at.
Apparently we get paid to hunt all the time.
That's
but here
all we
we
do.
are in the studio filming the show. We have an obligation to our loyal viewers out there to film the show. So here we are.
That we do. I mean, we've got a lot of great hunts lined up for you on this episode. I mean, of course, as we just said, I mean, it is the Illinois opener. A lot of people are going to be hitting the woods for sure. I know Wisconsin and this cold front that's blowing through, I mean, definitely the deer are up on their feet. I know last night I was out. I actually saw a buck that I definitely am going to, yes, there's no doubt about it. I want to shoot that buck. So that's kind of my goal here.
This poor deer doesn't know who's coming after him. I feel sorry for him. So
I've made my mark and I'm going for him. Maybe even tonight. I may skip Illinois and go to Wisconsin.
Hey, you know where a shooter was at last night. It's more intel than you got here than you got here in Illinois, so I'd definitely go for it.
Well, really what that is, that's more intel that I have shared with Justin. That's really what that is. But
figures.
Listen, with that being said, let's dive into a couple of hunts here. Justin, one of the things we want to talk about before we get the show rolling here. Broadheads. Broadheads. I want to bring up broadheads. I mean, you know, we ran across that post where somebody was just in the store buying broadheads, you know, and
2 days before the hunting season.
Right. I mean, guys, you know, man, I'm actually kind of mad because when Justin texted me that, it was something that we were going to talk about earlier in the year, and we just never got around to it. Guys, listen, we're all busy. We all got different things going on, but this I can tell you for sure. Going to the store, buying a pack of broadheads, screwing them on, and going out in the woods, it is the wrong thing to do. And I mean, we would never recommend that. You've got to make sure that you get those broadheads out. If they come up practice blades, you've got to practice with your broadheads. Do not take your field points off, screw on your broadheads, and go hit the woods. Because I'm telling you, it's gonna end up in a really bad story.
Well, I mean, we have an obligation, you know, to ourselves as hunters as well as to the animals that we're hunting to make a clean, ethical, humane kill. And not shooting your bow, not practicing, not making sure that your broadheads are hitting properly is not the way to ensure that you're going to do that. So, I mean, there are a lot of guys. I mean, we all see it, Todd. You go into the store to buy your hunting license, you know, the night before season starts. We've been shooting our bows all summer. You walk in there and there's guys buying arrows and buying broadheads and doing all this stuff.
I see it every year. So.
And it's just, it's a little frustrating with the wealth of information and knowledge that's out there today, you know, regarding bow hunting just in general, that people still do that. So, I mean, guys, if you have friends, family members, whoever that are out there hunting, you know, make sure you spread the word. You know, educate people on the proper way to bow hunt. We owe it to ourselves and to the animals that we hunt. So, Todd, that's enough of us preaching to everybody out there on what they should be doing.
It wasn't a preach. It was a good, solid tip. So
it was preachy. So let's get into the hunting now. Actually, we're going to jump in a tree with Todd up in Wisconsin. He's been hitting it pretty hard, looking for his trophy doe. So let's see how that goes.
Well, here goes, guys. I'm hunting the same pinch that I had that chance at that decent buck on the opening weekend. I think I just heard a doe. Well, I shouldn't say doe. I heard a deer over here on my left. The wind is coming right off my back, kind of scooting up that way. I'm hoping the deer either come from my right here or my left. Got a nice window, a couple nice windows, but the wind is a little swirly, so we'll have to wait to see what happens, but I think things could be good tonight. Well, right now it's 5 o'clock, 5:30. They should start moving any time now. Acorns are falling in here. I mean, it's just, I love this pinch point, just love it. There's one right over here right now, eating acorns where I was the first night. Small buck. I don't know where the does are. Perfect morning. Executed exactly how I wanted it to. Went out all the way around, snuck in. South wind blowing my scent that way. Catch the deer coming from feeding, back out to bedding. I love when a plan is executed perfectly. Cooler temperatures got these bucks up on their feet, I'll tell you that much. Incredible morning, guys. The fourth buck, 10 does. Just an awesome morning. I mean, just a completely awesome morning.
Well, I am still on my trophy doe mission, and somehow, no matter how hard I try, the wind is not doing what I want to do right now today. So I am going to go ahead and pull down the set that I hung last time, since the wind is going to be blowing right where the deer are coming from. And I'm going to put the stand further back in hopes that the deer are actually coming around. There's almost like 2 ponds that I'm hunting by, or swamps, and there's a oak little flat in the middle. So what I'm going to do is, I was hunting here on a west wind, southwest type situation. And I was catching them as they were coming this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go beyond that spot with my wind blowing back towards their bedding area. But a lot of times, like I said, they come around like this and pinch through. So yeah, it's a little bit of a long shot. It's a little bit of extra work, but at this point right now with this east wind, it's my only chance. So join me as I get this stuff taken down and go for it, because that is the plan.
I've been playing a tic-tac-toe. I've gone from that tree to that tree. Now I'm in this tree. This tree here is absolutely the one that's dropping the acorns. I mean, white oak acorns are just falling all below this tree. You know what? I'm on a trophy doe mission. That's my goal. I'm holding the line on that plan. So, I mean, the bucks usually come from that way. I'm probably going to spook some tonight. It is what it is. I need him to come right down that trail right there. I got 2 does feeding all the way across over there, so they're up on their feet already. That was a trophy doe. I was a touch forward, but I'm almost positive I smoked her. I didn't have a chance to review the footage. She was right here. Both cameras were running, which was awesome. I mean, that was a point blank shot. That's exactly what I wanted. When you're a bow hunter, guys, that's what it's all about. I mean, getting in and getting close and getting on them. Man, I tell you what, I feel like I just shot a buck. I mean, that's how good I feel right now. I wanted a big doe. I let several of them pass on other hunts just because I was too far out in the swamp. But that's exactly what I wanted to have happen. I wanted to shoot one point blank. That is why we bow hunt, guys. I mean, get in close.
Well, I'm here with Josh and his daughter,
in Wisconsin. I finally got the shot that I wanted, and it was marginal, guys. I mean, I shot her right in the darn shoulder blade. I mean, this is one of those situations where I either got her in the shoulder blade and she's over by Josh's house by now, or I punched through and she maybe only went about 100 yards. I did think I heard something crash, so we're gonna go back, look for the arrow, see if we can find the arrow first, and then we're gonna start tracking. So join us. Let's cross our fingers that I start the season off the right way. Come on. All right, guys, right here, we are literally at the spot of impact. You can see right behind me, that's the stand that I hung tonight. I mean, it wasn't even that high off the ground. I had good cover behind me, and literally, Josh and Evan were both standing here, and you can hear the acorns just raining off this tree, which is why this spot has been so hot. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of work our way up here to see if we can find our arrow. So come on, join us. We're also looking for blood at this point now too, so here goes. All right, guys, we've gone about 20 yards now and we found the arrow. The broadhead looks like it broke off inside. We've had a little bit of blood trail up to this point, but I just looked ahead and I saw a little bit more here, so come on, this could be a better sign. Oh yeah, big doe. Nice big doe. Big doe. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's actually not as bad of a shot as I thought. I mean, it's definitely punched her. You know, Josh, it actually slid right below, right behind. This is the way to start the 2015, guys. A big trophy doe on the ground. I couldn't have asked for a better situation. I've been playing cat and mouse up here in Wisconsin with these big doe here now for at least 7 hunts now. It worked out perfect. You know what? I finally found the one acorn tree that they were I mean, they were on a line to. And sure enough, tonight, she came right in, 15-yard shot. She couldn't have went more than, I'd say 50, 60 yards. It really wasn't a bad track job at all. Just a good adult doe is exactly what I wanted to start the season off with. And more importantly, point blank. You know, as a bow hunter, that's what makes bow hunting just so much fun. You can get just right in there and get up and close on them, and that's what it's all about. So here it is, awesome animal. I'm actually going to get her tagged right now, and we're going to get her loaded up and get some ice on her. So bow hunt or die, guys, the season is just beginning. I hope you're getting tuned in and ready to go, because before you know it, just about all the seasons are going to be open. We're all going to be hitting the woods, guys.
Well, after several days, it seems like moving your stand all over the place, looking for this trophy doe, you finally got it done. How does it feel?
You know, just
First deer of the year.
Just before we started this, Brandon said, say something nice. That wasn't nice at all.
Why?
I don't know. I don't feel.
How is that not nice? How is anything I just said not nice?
I didn't feel like it was as nice as maybe Brandon presented it was going to be.
Congratulations, buddy. You
Look and
got,
see-
your,
oh,
you got your trophy
thank
doe.
you.
I'm so proud of you. You're growing
I don't
up.
know why I'm getting so much heat for this trophy doe in the forums or wherever people are making fun of me. And a trophy doe, I mean, shooting a big adult doe can be as challenging as shooting a big buck, period. They are.
No, not even in a million years is shooting a big doe anywhere near as difficult as shooting a big buck.
Well, Justin-
Everybody wants to say that. I hear that all the time.
It is.
It is not. It
Then
is
you're
not.
shooting the wrong ones. You can't stop shooting the little ones, Justin. Anyhow, you know what? I tell you what, boy, I said, you know what, and then they made fun of me with that last video they just put up. All right, so I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is Wisconsin has been, I mean, one of the best openers I've seen. I mean, moon phase has been good. I mean, acorns are all over the ground. I mean, if you could find those trees that are littered with them, I mean, they're magnets. I mean, this is by far the best 8 hunts that I've had in Wisconsin during the opener ever. I mean, temperatures, food, just everything's been perfect.
Yeah, I mean, the deer definitely seem to be on their feet and moving, and we're going to see that too in a couple of the upcoming hunts, you know, with Josh and John Herrmann up in Wisconsin. I mean, they saw good deer movement as well, and like Todd said, it's just a combination of, you know, the temperatures, good moon phases, and just being out there, and the deer definitely on their feet. One thing we want to talk about, you know, shot placement. When you made that shot, I know you were a little bit worried.
I was. I mean,
you know, I remember getting the text. I just hit one in the shoulder, and I'm like, oh, great. You know, here we go. But you know, as it turns out, it was actually a perfect shot.
It was.
How far did she go?
She went 50 yards. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought I heard her crash, but, I've learned in all the years of doing this, I'd rather not even, if I think I heard something, I just keep it as data until you actually get out there and start following the trail. But I mean, in this particular case here, I mean, there's no question about it. The arrow penetrated all the way through the other shoulder blade. It did pop out, but I'll tell you what, I mean,
So
it
did
was
you have
perfect.
an exit hole as
I
well?
did not have an exit hole. It was actually
Okay.
in the other shoulder and then
Oh, it
popped
was
out.
stuck in the shoulder?
Right, and then the
Gotcha.
broadhead then broke off inside the animal, and then I had the arrow, which you saw in the film.
got it.
But
Okay.
it was great. I mean, it was fun to have Josh's daughter out there. I mean, that was her first experience of being a part of that, and she's been hitting it hard with a crossbow, so I know she was really excited to join along with us. So that was fun. But hey, you can make fun of me for my trophy doe or not. Justin can say they're not as hard to shoot. You know what?
They are not as hard to shoot.
Okay,
as a
well, we're
trophy
gonna
doe,
we're gonna let
period.
that debate go on. I mean, I don't think I've seen Justin with a trophy doe yet, but I haven't seen that photo.
The gauntlet has been thrown down then, is what you're saying.
Well, you said before we started this that he was gonna go and he was gonna shoot a huge trophy doe.
I didn't say trophy doe.
You did
I
too
didn't
say
use
trophy
your
doe.
word.
Okay, well, he said he was gonna shoot,
I'm gonna shoot a doe
giant
bigger than
doe.
your doe.
That's what
How
he
about
said.
that?
So anyhow, this is how I want to end this particular hunt. There's one thing about going and choosing a stand that you hung, early in the season, which is fine. I mean, I have plenty of those stands set, but I tell you what, there's nothing better, Justin, for me, than actually following that sign, watching what they're doing, and playing that game of chess. And when you really get into that situation, for me, that's like the ultimate. I mean, I just love that. So
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to hunting whitetails, I mean, it really is kind of the ultimate bow hunter's, I don't know if you want to call it a dream, but I mean, go in, scout, hang a stand, capitalize on it, shoot a deer.
And actually, there's one more thing that we need to talk about. This is
boy.
getting long. We're going to keep it short. No, because Justin actually inspired me in the last show that we filmed, kind of gave me an idea. I don't know if you were watching the show or not. I mean, you said something that kind of prompted me that I was going to go do something specifically. The wind was totally wrong for me to hunt that tree. So what I did is I actually took the stand down and went and got the wind in my favor for that spot. And I guess that's the point we're talking about. Those are the chess moves that you can make during the season when you see that action going on. There's no better intel than the intel you see with your own eyes when it's happening right in front of you. So with that being said, keep that in mind. We have all the proper gear to be able to make those moves. So use it, take advantage of it, and man, the season only comes once and it's fast. So get out there and do it.
Yep, absolutely. So next up, guys, we got 3 check-in type segments with you. We're going to do Mike Fitzgerald up in Minnesota, and then we've got John Herrmann and Josh Fletcher both in Wisconsin. So let's take a look at their hunts now.
Alright everybody, well, looks like we made it without too much incident across the lake here. My battery for my trolling motor was pretty weak. Pretty much stopped working halfway across the lake, so I had to paddle a little more, which is fine. It wasn't too windy today, but got pulled in here. Looks like a raven or something got taken here. There's feathers everywhere, and I can even smell, I know a lot of times wolves scent mark this tree right on the corner of this little clearing here, and I can smell it from here. So I don't know if they got something or if something died or what it was, but anyway, we're gonna sneak back in here. Like I said before, I'm gonna try to swing to the south and kind of hook around the edge of the swamp there and get in, find a tree, hang up, and hopefully we'll get a good setup and ready for this evening. Stay tuned, guys. I've made it back here. The route I was hoping to take in was a little thicker than I had planned, so I ended up swinging a little further north of the line I wanted to take, but got down to the spot that I want, and in fact to the tree that I want, but I'm not really satisfied with how much back cover I have, and I also can't see the swamp side of it. So this aspen right up here is where I had intended to hunt, and there's a little bit of cover, but the side I'd have to sit on there really isn't. So I found a birch that's tucked into this clump. Oh, let's see, right up there. And that should allow me to not only have more back cover, but I should have at least one, if not two, shooting lanes into the clear cut. Finally settled into my stand here. It took a little longer, but I wanted to be as quiet as possible because I think deer are bedded to my south here. I'm hoping they'll come across the swamp, cross out upwind to me, and then make their edge around into the clear cut out here in front. I have a pretty good view of both sides. One narrow shooting lane on both sides, but that's as good of a shooting lane as we get around here in the big woods. It's pretty thick up here. I don't know if you guys can pick this up or not. Ooh. But there's a moose grunting to the north out in the plot. Gonna see if he's making his way this way. But I might try calling him in too. Just might get it on film. Interesting evening. I had that bull moose grunting off and on all night. At first it sounded like he was coming in, but he just couldn't commit. I'm not sure how close he got. He wasn't closer than 100 yards or so. I think he was on the north side of the cut, close to the pond there that I sit out. So it's a good start to the season and hoping to keep it up. So stick with me. And like I said, check out more information about my hunt and my scouting on the bowhunting.com forums there. And in the meantime, get out there, enjoy the woods, and hunt safe, everybody. Bow hunt or die.
is September 20th right now. It's the first time I've been able to get in a stand and actually carry a bow for myself. I've been hunting with my little one. She's been out with a crossbow. We saw a nice buck yesterday. We almost got her with the crossbow, but today's the first day where I could actually get into a morning hunt and actually be able to hunt for myself. Awesome morning is all I gotta say. Behind me here, just breaking daylight, I had two beautiful bucks. The one I filmed was a smaller of the two. The first one was a nice, it looked like a 12 point. They're heading back in. I got a good spot here where they bed. I'm sitting on the edge of a little oak island. And what they're doing is they're basically coming in, feeding on these acorns before they go off to bed. It's just been an awesome morning. My game plan, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slip on out of here. I'm gonna leave everything right in this tree. I'm just gonna slip out of here, go home, grab a bite to eat. I'm gonna come back for the evening's hunt, slip back in. We have a southwest wind which is blowing away from their bedding, which is exactly where I got a doe that's walking. She has no clue I'm here and I'm filming this. Pretty neat. All right, let's go kill us a buck.
Well, I just got in from this evening's hunt, got back to the truck. A disappointing hunt would be the way to put it, for nobody else's fault but my own. I had a buck that I saw this morning. To start off with, earlier this morning I saw two bucks walking together. One was an absolute giant. He's just wide. He doesn't hoop around, he just kind of comes out. Real massive, not a whole lot of tine length on him, but just a beautiful buck. If I had to guess age on him, I would say he's a 3.5-year-old deer. He was with the other buck named Junior, but this buck, I've officially named him Captain Morgan. The reason being is this buck's gonna drive me to drinking. Season's still early yet. It's just middle of September. We got 3 more months at least here in Wisconsin of bow hunting, so hopefully I can get a shot at this. Captain Morgan is gonna officially be his name from here. Let's see what happens. Hope you've enjoyed watching my hunt this week, and till next week, I'll be back in the woods.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's 4:45, Saturday, September 12th. I'm up here in northern Wisconsin. Drove up yesterday afternoon, pulled a bunch of SD cards. Got the same bucks that we've seen all summer, so we got a couple of shooters in there. So it's a beautiful morning. It's 40 degrees out, light wind, hopefully out of the south. That's what I need, and can't wait to get out in the tree stand. Let's get it done. Hey everybody, I'm in a tree stand. What a beautiful thing. They start filtering off this field about a half an hour after it's light out, and I start seeing deer probably from 7 o'clock until 9:30 through here. So absolutely perfect morning, 40 degrees, got a light southwest wind. Everything is lined up. The stars are all aligned for me. All I gotta do is get a big shooter buck to come by me, and we'll tag out in Wisconsin again. I know that's not likely to happen, but let me relive last year for a few more years here. Those deer did exactly what they were supposed to at exactly the right time. I was just gonna get down at about 9:30 and had 6 more does and fawns come through. We got 2 of them still eating right behind me here. Hey guys, it is September 12th, Wisconsin's opening day, bow season. I'm sitting back on the north end of this property up here in northern Wisconsin. I got a beautiful food plot back here with beans and corn mixed. The deer had just been pounding it, so we got one buck back here that's a mature buck that we call Boo. He's a 10-pointer. Not much time height. He's not going to score very well, but we're going to shoot him tonight if he comes by. So hopefully that's what happens. We had videotape of a couple of wolves up here a couple of days ago, and I was hoping that they got moving, but I had a little doe down in front of me here, and then I had a deer blue up in this part of the field that I couldn't see very well, and it looked like maybe a doe and 2 fawns were up there, and all of a sudden they took off out of there, and the deer in front of me took off out of here, and I could see something running across the field up through the trees over there, and it turned out it was a pretty decent size gray wolf. He actually came by. I didn't get any videotape of him, but he was on the roadway, which is about 45 yards behind me here. But I didn't get the camera swung around in time, but I did grab my bleat call, and I bleated, and he actually went back to the north, and I think I got a little bit of videotape of him leaving the field up there. So, but unfortunately, I'm going to sit here till dark, but my hunt's over. Generally, when the field gets blown out like this, for whatever odd reason, wolf, bear, get winded, get caught moving, you're not going to get a mature buck out here during daylight now, but it is what it is. That's the perils of hunting up north, northern Wisconsin, northern Minnesota. Fitz knows what I'm talking about. It's just a shame you can't pattern anything around here because, the wolves just move them around every day. These deer are getting hunted 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. It's a shame. that's the hunting world we live in. So I'll turn my frown upside down. It sure beats working anyways.
Justin, this is bow hunter die at its best. I mean, when you watch these 3 different segments, I mean, this is what represents everything that we, preach about bowhunting.com and the different lives of all the different guys and the spots that they have. I mean, that's what, in my opinion, makes this show so unique, is to see all the different guys within the last week hunting all the different areas.
Well, and it's just real world experiences that you don't get, on a lot of other shows. Not to knock other shows, because everybody's got their unique kind of spin on things, but ours has always been, let's show really what's happening out there. And every time guys go out, no, we're not shooting deer. All too often I feel like I watch a video or a show and it's just a talking head in a tree. Hey, I'm here and wherever, whack a deer, and then they're on to the next guy. I mean, here you get to see guys are out there, they're putting in their time, their effort, their energy. They're dealing with all sorts of different things. You got John Herrmann, he's got wolves that he's dealing with. Obviously, Mike Fitzgerald, the same thing. One thing we need to talk about with Fitz is you guys saw in his video, is one of his does that he filmed actually had a collar on. And Fitz called me and he's like, hey, I'm so used to seeing these deer that I forgot to talk about it because it's commonplace, but where he's at in northern Minnesota, they're actually collaring both moose as well as deer as part of a study because of their declining moose populations. They're trying to see how the moose and the deer interact with one another because the deer actually carry, I believe it's a parasite in their brain and a liver fluke, both of which are deadly to moose. So they're trying to see if the moose decline has anything to do with the potential incline in deer population. So that's why that deer had a collar on it. She's actually part of a study that's going on right now. And then we had Josh Fletcher.
Hang on. Before we move off of Fitz, my favorite part of Fitz's was, you see the canoe, you see all the gear, you see all this bad, hardcore, and then you see the Minn Kota. I love that part. I don't know why. I just got a kick out of that part. Someone else mostly got a kick out of that, too.
I would do the same thing if I was him.
Oh, and the battery was going down. Sure.
Oh, so he had to paddle.
Yeah, I don't think he was doing much paddling. That's my opinion.
Definitely some interesting hunts up there. I loved being able to hear that bull moose grunting. That was pretty awesome.
That was cool.
And then we go to Josh. Josh, like we said, had some great hunts. He's hunting pretty close to you. He was seeing a similar deer movement, just a lot of deer on their feet. Looks like he may have had some opportunities to shoot some does that he passed up there. Yeah. Probably just holding out for a good buck. So hopefully he gets a shot at one later this year. Todd,
Josh will let the arrows fly. I know Josh's good enough after all these years. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
He saw that buck and I know he went laser. I want that deer.
Hey, you can't blame them, man. To each of their own out there. So one thing we do want to show you guys this week, we had a pretty cool Tacticam clip that we're going to show. Todd, tell everybody about it.
Yeah, well, basically, we've been really, using these Tacticams. I've been really having a good time with it. But we got it actually from the owner of Tacticam, one of the owners, shot a great buck. I don't know if it was on opening day or when it actually was.
Early.
Wisconsin. But here, go ahead and take a look at this footage.
Well, that right there was a great example of the way that you can use a Tacticam to film your own hunts. Ben was using the stabilizer mount, got perfect footage of that deer, and it was a great deer. A huge buck, a deer that either one of us would be super happy to shoot. So congratulations to Ben. Todd, speaking of trophies and trophy photos, of course, as always, we want to take a couple seconds to thank the folks that sent in their photos for this week's episode.
Aaron Hendricks.
Cole Flynn.
Tara Kelly.
Brett Erickson.
Anthony Poley.
And Jim Bonascani.
Congratulations, everyone. Those are some great trophies. Remember, if you want to see yourself right here on an episode of Bowhunter Die, make sure you email us your photo at info@bowhunting.com, or, of course, you can submit it on our website as well. Now, Justin, Illinois is open. We're ready
just
for
about
hunting.
Everywhere is open.
Yeah,
I think,
this is
this
it.
Point. This is the kickoff official.
Somebody opens up on the 20th or something, really
the
late.
15th.
Yeah, but for those of you guys, you'll have to just keep watching our show until then. But the good news is, for most of you, it's time to hit the woods. Again, one of the advantages to dial into our shows, we're going to try to keep it real in terms of what is happening right now. I know for a fact, acorns are on the ground. I know the deer are on them. So if you can find them, even if it means sacrificing a hunt to go find where that food source is right now, it's worth it. I mean, they say to scout more than you hunt.
Well, and it's great advice, and it's one thing that I think people really should be using their trail cameras for. I know me personally, the farm that I hunt here locally, I'm running, half dozen cameras, let's say. I moved a couple of them onto Acorns a few weeks ago, and those are the ones that are definitely showing the most daylight activity. The other cameras are still getting deer, but it's all nighttime. So when I have to, it comes time to make a decision of where I'm going to go, I am, to a certain extent, using some of that trail camera data to figure out where I want to be. The other thing, guys, we want to talk about, and I know it's something you hear us say a lot, but it's just tree stand safety. I mean, guys, we saw a photo floating around Facebook this week of a gentleman who looks like he was in a climber, and I don't know what happened. What I do know is it doesn't look like he was wearing a harness or strapped into the tree, and he's all the way bent backwards, where he fell backwards and his feet are actually stuck in the climbing stand. I mean, it's an absolutely horrible photo and a great lesson to everybody out there on why you absolutely need to be wearing a harness and keep yourself strapped into the tree at all times. Accidents happen in a split second. I don't care if you've climbed 1,000,000 trees in your life and never had an accident. It only takes one time for somebody to get seriously injured or even killed. So guys, please be safe out there. There's so much equipment, Todd, available anymore. The equipment is available, the education is out there, there's videos to tell you how to use it. I mean, there really is zero excuse for anybody to ever climb into a tree without wearing a safety harness.
Well, I mean, Justin, I'm not going to add anything to that. I mean, you said it perfectly. I mean, the reality is the gear is here. Make sure you use it. I mean, for years that we've had this show, we've always said the same thing. You got to use it. And I mean, it does amaze me how many people still do not wear a harness at all. I mean, I see them all the time. I mean, I wear my binoculars. Insane. I see them on other properties. I watch them, and it amazes me.
Todd's watching all of his neighbors with his binoculars out there to see what they're doing.
I mean, I see it. I mean, I see it. So.
Oh, gosh. You're one of a kind, buddy. Well, guys, thank you for dialing in to bowhunting.com this week, as Todd said. Watching Bowhunter Die. We will see you next week with some more great bowhunting action.
For more exciting action, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and receive live updates from our team members, as well as the latest happenings in the bowhunting and archery world. Be sure to share your photos, stories, and experiences as well. And don't forget to pick up your official bowhunting.com and Bowhunter Die gear by visiting bowhunting.com/gear. We have a full selection of hats, shirts, decals, wristbands, and much more.
You know what that smells like, Todd? Victory. What should I say?
Something nice about Todd.
Todd is a great human being.
Why is it that when you're in a hurry, it's always something? Road construction. Just south of Hayward, man.